going to be a video that's been on my mind for a hot minute, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So throughout Star Wars, especially in the prequel era media, the Confederacy of Independent Systems, more commonly known as the Separatists, are portrayed as the main antagonists of the Clone Wars. They're often represented on screen by monstrous villains like Grievous and Dirge, who commit horrific acts often without any other reason than because they can. But I'm not going to talk about that today. Today, I want to look at why the CIS wanted to leave the Republic. We'll explore the origin of the movement, their motivations, and why their ideology had such a wide appeal. The Naboo Crisis put on full display the ineffectiveness and corruption of the Galactic Senate and the wider Republic government. Before this, years of preferential treatment of the core worlds over the Mid and Outer Rim had led to widespread feelings of discontent towards the Republic. With the refusal of the Republic to create a military to stop things, such as the invasion of Naboo, many felt their worlds were no longer safe, and the gridlock in the Senate only grew from there. Senators exchanged favors and votes for personal gain, and many began to believe that only rapid and radical action could lead to any meaningful change. Enter Count Dooku, which you should go watch my lore video on if you haven't already, who had been touring around universities and other venues of the Star Wars galaxy, spreading secessionist rhetoric. With the Raxus address, Dooku denounced the Republic wholeheartedly and provided damning instances of incompetence and corruption that he had dealt with throughout his long and involved history with the Jedi and the Republic. He basically pulled the curtain back. He goat-seed the Republic for the average citizen of the galaxy. And with being such a well-respected figure at the head of the movement, the seeds of secession began to grow, and more people began to buy in to this challenge that the Republic was not the best way, and it didn't have their interests in mind. Dooku was practically oozing with charisma, and his words had a profound effect on the Mid and Outer Rim worlds. Tension grew hotter and hotter, and eventually thousands of systems rallied to Dooku's cause of becoming free from what they viewed as an ineffective and false republic. Shortly before the outbreak of the Clone Wars, Dooku would succeed in convincing the major economic powers of the galaxy, such as the Trade Federation, the Intergalactic Banking Clan, and the Corporate Alliance, just to name a few, to join the Confederacy and serve on its executive council. This gave the Confederacy the backing they needed to wage a war of independence against the Republic, should it come to that. And as we all know, it did. There's a whole movie and TV show about it. But what were they actually fighting for? Their government was built on a representative parliament headed by Count Dooku. Their ideology was that of a limited central government, less taxation, and generally promised member systems more autonomy to handle their own business. Essentially, they're the polar opposite of the Republic. Their parliament was more of a mediator for members, and they served in an advisory council to Dooku as head of state, who had supreme authority over legislative and military affairs. You can probably see why this ideology appealed so much to the often neglected worlds of the Mid and Outer Rim. If the core is getting preferential treatment and you're being ignored, a more cooperative, focused government obviously is going to sound pretty good. The other thing is that the Star Wars galaxy is predominantly human, right? They're the dominant species in the galaxy. So the worlds of the CIS were often not human worlds. They were often alien or near human. They wanted to form not just a place free from human prejudice, but from the bureaucracy and complexities of the Republic as well that were geared against them. There was this systemic racism problem in Star Wars, just like today. It's almost like it's a political commentary. Anyway, let's set aside the puppet masters of Dooku and Palpatine for just a minute and put ourselves in the shoes of a senator from the Outer Rim during this time. Knowing what we know after the invasion of Naboo and seeing the Republic scramble to recover and fail to listen to us, how would we feel? How would you feel? Would you want to stick around and see if Chancellor Palpatine would wrangle the Republic back together? Or would it be better to try and have a second chance? Would war with the Republic be the best way to secure a fresh start? Or would you try for a more peaceful resolution? Let me know in the comments how y'all would handle it, because I've been thinking about this lately and just doing a lot of research and reading on the CIS as a whole. So expect more videos down the pipeline about that stuff. Drop a like if you liked it, hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video, and don't forget to subscribe if you really liked it. May the Force be with you. I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.